Rescue plan funds continue to make an impact in Adams County.
WGEM's Shakayla McCamick joins us live at the Adams County Courthouse with details on what's gone out and what's left. Shakayla.
Mackenzie and Daniel, about $12 million in ARPA funds were given to Adams County. Half of that was distributed in May 2021, the other half in May of 2022. Adams County officials held a meeting on Monday to update 8 new board members on the variety of projects that have been completed with the funds. Vice Chairman of the County Board, Brett Austin, says about 35 local projects relative to information technology, infrastructure, wastewater treatment, and community outreach have reaped the benefits of the ARPA funding. Austin says there was a focus on the infrastructure of rural Adams County areas to improve life for community members.
We focused on the infrastructure stuff, and hopefully the fruit that'll come from that is that those townships, those areas can grow, maintain their population, and have good quality in their community for where they want to live.
Austin says a public finance meeting will be held here where they will discuss details on projects before releasing that document. That meeting will happen here at the Adams County Courthouse on Monday at 6 p.m. in the county boardroom. Live in Quincy, Shakayla McCamick, WGEM News.
Okay, thank you so much, Shakayla. And if you're not able to make it to that finance meeting, Austin says a document with details on all the projects benefiting from the county's ARPA funds will be soon available to the public.